see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through to make those rainbows in my mind. When I think of you sometimes, I want to spend some time with you. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky. Just the two of us. You and I. We look for love, no time for tears. Waves and water's all that is. It don't make no flowers grow. Good things might come to those who wait.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to Chill Out Sessions with Coach Kamal, Nurina, and Dean. This is part 2 where we talk about love. If you have not watched our first episode, please do watch it where we talk about love in general. Now, we are going to talk about love for boomers versus love for modern people, right? We're going to talk.
This excites Dean a lot.
Yeah, man. I want to compare. I want to debate though, because like many people say that, even I accept that I'm an old soul in a young body, even though I don't look young, but I'm an old soul in a young body. So I want to like compare, see like where's my love understanding going to? Is it leaning more towards the modern side or leaning towards the traditional side, aka the boomer side? So I just like quite curious about it.
Okay.
That is right. Today we are going to dive into what makes traditional love and modern love so different, right? And we are also going to talk about some parts of relationship, how we are going to tackle some of the issues and, well, dilemmas that you guys are facing in relationships right now. What works, what doesn't work, what's important, what's not so important. Now, after listening to this podcast, if you guys have any comments, do write it in the comment sections below so that we can reply to you, right? Let's get to it. Dean can't wait. His bandana is glowing with curiosity.
This bandana's for debate, you know. I was like wearing it. I'm like, today I'm gonna fight. Let's compare.
You're right. That bandana is debatable.
Debatable. All right.
Okay, so
was it?
let's dive into it straight. What are your views on modern love? What it's like to be in love in the 21st century? I come from a decade which is totally different from you guys. I wouldn't classify myself as boomer. Okay,
Yeah.
Not yet boomer.
But you know like
It's
the
different
differences.
lah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Because
I
like
have
back then,
exactly. I have
technology is not-
seen the changes throughout technology, and I've seen most changes through communication. But I want to know what you guys feel first. What it's like to be in
Okay.
love or not in love
not in love.
in
not
the
in love.
21st century.
Okay, let me add in that I feel like because you are like 10 years, 10 years older. So it's more like you have seen technological advancements there. But I'm because like the year I was born, I can still see like, okay, this is traditional and modern technological advancements. I can see half. You get what I'm saying? So like I had half of like traditional understanding and half of modern understanding. So I don't know about Nurina. Nurina, do you have half or you're more towards modern, like more towards technology or?
I think it's more to modern because although I'm like 1 year younger than you, but no. Because when I was like young, aduh, mamat ni semua ni. When I was young, I don't really want to know about relationship. So bila dah besar sikit, when I become more older, I baru faham a bit by bit about relationship lah, how to understand people, how to
How to be
basically,
in love.
yeah,
How to be in love lah. How to be in love ah.
not how to be in love. Dia macam terdesaknya bunyi dia. How to be-
How to be in love.
Just, basically not like I'm not like really fan of love, not love relationship because ego I tinggi in terms of relationship.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think
So
ego you tinggi in
macam
terms of many things honestly.
so in modern relationship you kena faham a few things in terms of like people punya what they see and what they think. Okay, it's like different. So Dean, why not you start first with this? More this why you kata you half kan. So
Okay, wait.
macam
Yeah. So like before I start, like because we're talking about relationships, right? So I think it's best that Coach Kamal shares his views on traditional because like come on,
yeah.
let's go back to the past and we bring it to the future. You can't go to the future. Yeah, isn't it?
Betul-betul.
This ain't no back to the future shit.
I like how you guys are just bouncing this, passing it from one to another, and then it comes back to me.
No, because like it's better like the people know that
Yeah,
how
we can
traditional
see
love
the
is.
differences. Start pada
Like
older
if you
to
ask
the
me about modern
newer.
love, I can terus say like, hey, Tinder, wey. I can just say first. But we want to know more about you, like about back then, how relationship worked.
Okay, I don't know whether we should call it traditional love, boomer love. For me, love is just love, and it's a feeling that happens naturally. But of course, if we were to compare during the times like now, the 21st century, and during the 80s or 90s, it was much simpler back then. We don't have smartphones. Even our computers or our laptops were this big, like really big, right? So we had no way of communicating instantly. Communication wasn't just a snap away like how we are right now. We weren't able to Zoom or Skype. So can you imagine if we were in quarantine at that time? We really would be, yes,
Oh yeah.
Hard.
right?
Terus.
Mentally exhaustion.
And I think the difference is that at that time, there weren't a lot of people who are pressuring other people to get into love. So when you actually find that someone that you're attracted to, you go all out for them, right? Because that is it. And people show their appreciation of love, or they show their gestures of love differently. Some has been brought throughout the time, like it has the traditional ones, like you give gifts, or you try to woo a woman by saying nice things about her. You say, you pay compliment about her looks, appearances. That's all the same. But I think what makes it last longer, because if you look at the statistics of marriage, divorce, you compare now and 20 years ago,
Before.
yes, it's much lesser, right? Because I think at that time we were brought up to make it work. No matter what happens, we will make it work, because by the end of the day,
Meaning now is much lesser or last time?
last
Back
time
then.
it's
The
much
amount.
lesser,
Last time, oh
Back
yeah.
then. Back
Okay.
then.
right? I think one of the main contributing factors, like I said, is because we were brought up to actually respect other people. Not to say that you guys don't respect other people now, but it's cultivated in us, right? We were moved, we were pushed to make it work no matter what, because this is the decision that you have decided to go forth with. And therefore, no matter what you do, you will have to make it work. And then, of course, during that time, or during those times, divorce is looked at as something which is very taboo. People frown upon it. It's not wrong, but you will try as hard as you can, no matter what, in order to make it work, because it's just arguments, and this is the person that you have decided to live with the rest of your life, right? If you can't make it work, what else can work?
Exactly.
Now, of course, back then things are much simpler and we communicate and we have lesser distractions, right? We are not constantly looking at our phones. We're not constantly multitasking, juggling with other works. And we definitely have a lot of time for each other. And when you have a lot of time for each other, you definitely have a lot of communication going on. So there's a lot of sharing involved. There's a lot of empathy. There's a lot of sympathy going on, which is why I don't know whether you guys have heard of this. Check out the head shake.
Simply, yeah.
I don't know whether you guys have heard about this. We have the term called pillow talk. Okay, have you guys heard
Oh,
of pillow
okay.
talk?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got.
So the concept of pillow talk is when
Zain Malik.
before you go to bed or before you sleep, you share with each other all the things that's going on throughout the day. So what have you done? How did you feel? And you bounce off ideas on each other on how you can improve your day tomorrow. That's that's the whole idea of pillow talk.
Basically, having like communication on like how they actually had their day and how they can improve it. Basically, that's what you're saying, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And we don't have social medias. Social medias was no, there were no social medias back then. So there weren't really a lot of people that we can compare our relationships to. What we have are just our friends around us who probably had the same similar relationships to what we have. And we always look up to the best kind of relationships that we always have, which is our parents. So that's the kind of relationship that we always want to move forward to, right? Because we were brought up in that kind of era and environment. Yes, there were newspapers, but we don't have people posting pictures online. Hashtag blessed, hashtag happy. Oh, he cooked dinner for me. Hashtag he's so handsome. Right? We don't have all those things. So when we don't have all those things, what happens is that we get happier in our own world. It's our own little bubble, you see? Whatever
Because
happens around the world. Yes, whatever
there's
happens
no
around
sort
the
of
world.
distractions. Right?
Yes. So whatever happens around the world, it doesn't matter because to us, we are completely happy in our own bubble. Yeah. So that is love, traditional love, boomer love, whatever you want to call it.
Because you guys, what I can say, like in conclusion, is guys live in the moment. Technically, when it comes to relationships, right?
Yes, we live in the moment, and at the same time, there weren't that many options, right? There weren't that many options. Nowadays, it's like you get a lot of options. You have Tinder, you have Viber, you have what? Grinder?
What's
Now ada
Viber?
a new app I saw on TikTok, the ads kan. Lil Match.
A lit match.
It's Lil. Macam
Match.
little Lil Match.
Lil Match.
Oh, dia macam nak search.
No, what?
Boleh tahu
banyak
nama
ni.
jodoh kan.
Yeah, give me 1 minute.
The Lil Match. It's like, I think it's like Tinder. I tak pernah download. Never knew like how it works and all that. Tapi it's
Yelah
like you jumpa orang. It's like Tinder jumpa orang dekat apps
Yelah tu.
and you chat with that person and get to know them semua. Tapi
Yelah
to be honest, tak apa, yang tu nanti.
I think she already like started off with the modern love modern love theme right there. It's like because in modern love, there's already technological advancements there, right? There's like social media where you can chat with your partner, you can chat with your friends. There's platforms where you can post pictures showing that, oh, I'm right here. And also there's dating apps such as Tinder, Bumble,
Lil
whatever.
Match.
Little match, whatever lah. So like there are many different types of dating apps these days. So it's like technology is trying to like boost up like relationships, right? However,
The game.
yeah, the game. So basically, however, in my opinion, I feel like the most important aspect or the element that's lacking from relationship in the modern days is face-to-face interaction. right? Okay, I know we all are in COVID right now, but what I mean of face-to-face interaction was before COVID. Okay, let's talk about before COVID, right? You all are meeting each other. You love this girl, okay? You love this person, and you think that, okay, we are gonna have something. Everything, the vibe check is all right. She's like supporting you, everything. But you guys are not having a proper face-to-face reaction, like reaction, pula interaction, right? But it's all about social media. Everything, okay, on WhatsApp, you're just calling her. Skype, you're just calling her, right? But if you just keep gonna talk every single day, there's no gap there, you know? Like, you already know what each other like. You understand, no? You already know what this person's
The
going on.
routine.
The routine, you already know that. So you already set the routine on your head. Everyday call, everyday text, everyday knee, right? Okay, yeah, the simple things are important. However, the more, as what coach said, the more you do something, right? The more you do something, there are higher consequences in that. Because like the person will get bored of you, like, honestly. The more you do, honestly, the whole relationship will be boring because it's like you're not trying to spice things up in the interaction that you guys are having. Because it's
Spice
almost the
things up.
same thing.
Hmm.
Not in that senses. That's not what I meant. This
What
kepala bandar.
senses?
I know what you're trying to say. You're quiet like so. It's like when I mean spice things up, I mean like
Spice
have
things
new
up.
conversations. I mean like having like other conversations. For example, like what I can see is that you guys are talking about what's going on in the moment with you guys, like with your partner, but you're not talking about what you're planning to do with them. For example, maybe in the future talks, right? Okay, in the future I'm planning on doing this. Maybe they have something planned for them, like a career plan. You know, talk about your career plan, right? But there's not much talking about what they want. It's more about talking about what's in the moment so much. The thing will just be boring, you know. And some people will fall out of love because of this boredom. Because like there's no spice, there's no kick into, there's no motivation in that love right there. That's what I think about modern love. Like, that's my opinion. For those of y'all who think that I'm wrong, I am sorry. For those of you who think I'm right, I support you. Okay?
Okay, let me just
Well,
quickly jump in
okay.
and say a little bit on what Dean has said just now. He said that a lot of you like to text and talk on everyday basis, which is not wrong. Which is not wrong. It's right.
It's not wrong.
However, there's a fine line between reporting and sharing. When you start texting every day and when you start talking every day, whatever platform that you're on, okay, do make sure that the things you say to each other is more of sharing rather than reporting, because a
Exactly.
lot of people get lost in like, you need to report, I need to know where you are. You don't report, but you share. You share because you want to. Hey, I'm going out. I hope you're okay. I'll see you somewhere. Bye bye. Right? You don't report, but you share because you want to. When you report, it feels very less personal. And of course, comparing again during those time and this time, we don't have that many platforms. The only thing that we have was each other. So it's more personal for us back then. Nowadays, it's very impersonal because everything is done over social media, it's done over communication apps, and you lack that personal touch.
Okay, like what coach said just now about like you share, don't report, right? I agree with that statement because if you report it like every day, like okay, when you macam contohnya I have a boyfriend, contoh
It's
bukan betul,
taken,
contoh.
right? Oh no.
Contoh, I ada boyfriend. So this boyfriend ni wants me to tell him, oh, when I go out, when I do this, I do that, like 24/7. It's not fun to actually report what you're doing. No, seriously, it feels like you have to commit to something. Faham tak?
Exactly.
Oh, kalau
Exactly.
I nak buat something, I have to ask for his permission. I mean like, yeah, after marriage, you have to ask permission, your husband's permission to go out and things like that. But ni tak ada pertalian yang sah, faham tak? So why do you have to ask for that like permission
Like,
to your
yeah, I agree. Because it's more like you're like what coach said, you're just reporting. It's like, okay, you're going out today. Okay, call me when you reach back, right? But it's not like, okay, before you go out, stay safe and everything, right? That's like talking. Instead of just saying, okay, call me when you reach back, right? That's basically you're telling your partner that, okay, you report to me. Okay, sir, just report to me back when you reach in
Macam
the...
polis tau.
Yeah, macam police ah. It's like, bro, where's the kick in that? Like, what you treating your partner like a cadet macam tu tau? It's like, okay, you're going out ah. Okay, call me when you reach back. Like, bro, at least just say like, okay, stay safe. If you want to call me, just call me back lah. It's
If
like
anything happens, make sure to call me apa semua.
exactly. You give them a choice. You don't say call me back. That's already ordering. You're what sergeant can say, all right, attend hook. Call me back when you reach back home. Like, what the fuck? It's like, and it's the same thing. It's the same thing for, I don't know, it's the same thing for women. Like, you guys sometimes also like will try to say, okay, where you go out? Why are you going out so much? Like, it's different from actually like actually talking to them or actually chatting with them.
Have fun with your friends and like
have
enjoy.
fun, stay safe. Exactly. You make them feel secure, right? Instead of just reporting them, make them feel insecure because you're making them feel like they're the slave, you know, honestly. If it's sorry to say that word lah, but honestly
Tetapi I want to add a little bit from what you're saying, Dean.
Oh, no.
Like like you said about going out, right? Like boys going out and things like that. Okay. Girls don't mind if boys going like if boys goes out, lepak with their friends. It doesn't matter. But boys have to remember also about their girlfriend's feeling. Okay?
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
That's true.
if you go out, you always go out and you don't have and you don't make time for your girlfriend, like of course your girlfriend akan marah. Faham tak?
I think
So you have to think also about your particular other before making a decision.
That's more on like balancing the time. You understand what I'm saying? That's more leading to balancing the time. For example, as a guy and a girl, you have to respect that they also have friends and also partner life and also family life. As a guy and a girl lah. What? As guys and girl lah. Correct lah.
Yeah lah.
Takkan lah guy. Okay lah. For those of y'all who are other than that, I respect your decision. For guys and girls, I guess. I don't know. Okay. So basically, coming to my point, right? So like you guys have to understand. For those of you who are in a relationship, it's kelakar ni. So those of y'all who are
oh my god. If you guys want to see our reaction, if you're watching if you're hearing this is on Spotify, see the reaction at YouTube. See Coach's reaction. That's why we're laughing.
Oh, Sakai, don't let me finish. I can't even finish my life with this guy, man. So coming to my point lah. So like, for those of y'all who are in relationships, I understand that maybe this person's not spending time with you and everything. And you have to understand this thing. They have families. They also have friends. So one thing that can basically help you all in this relationship of yours is that balance your timing. For example, this day you put for your friends and set this day with your partner. So you set like a calendar tau. Like you talk this to your partner also. You share, okay, what day are you going with your friends? Okay, what day I'm going to go out with your friends. Set that one day. Like in Western culture, like what I've seen lah, this person, like love guru, he said that he gave an example where you have to do your own calendar when it comes to going on dates lah. Like, okay, for example, one day you said, okay, this day is the only day you're going with your girlfriend. The other days, friends and also your family, focus on you. Because you cannot just keep focusing on your girlfriend. Because my dad told me once that when you get into a relationship, don't just focus on your girl so much. Because in the end, she might get bored and you also might think this routine of yours is bored. And you might lose touch. You might lose that feeling of love you had. So basically, balance it out. Go with your friends. And when you're going out with your friends, just say, stay safe. Don't be... Yes, you might feel worried, but more on the sense of confidence lah. More on the sense of give them strength, give them security so that they will feel secure. Right?
Understand them lah in simple words.
Yeah, understand them lah technically.
I'm just wondering right now.
Wait. You stop. Why were you laughing just now? I want to know.
I'm about to get into this now. Hold on. Chill, bro.
Okay, you say. I'm waiting. Okay. I'm waiting.
I'm just wondering, why is Dean looking at programs from Love Gurus?
Oh, even I don't see those things.
It came on my FYP. It came on my FYP on TikTok lah, wey.
I was just
guys, I watch TikTok too. I was TikTok too. Okay, I'm bored.
Oh, lepas tu condemn orang tengok TikTok. Banyak
I
cantik
never
kau.
condemn. Yo, I will
Tak,
condemn.
you say macam, TikTok lagi waktu the last podcast.
I said TikTok lagi. I didn't say, ni orang TikTok ni selalu
Yelah.
ni. I did not say that. I said
lagi.
TikTok lagi.
Macam dia tak tengok TikTok.
Okay, the reason why I said TikTok lagi is because every single time when we are talking about a topic, she relates it back to TikTok. Okay, so you see my point. She relates it to TikTok. It's not my
because the famous social media now is TikTok.
Yeah, it's TikTok lah. Honestly, it's TikTok.
So that's why like people now start to make content in TikTok rather than
that's true,
Instagram. Like now, if you see Instagram, like click. It's like the same post, you've refreshed the same people. So macam there's no content there. So people now make content at TikTok. So that's why I give an example from TikTok.
So okay. I think that answers
perhaps we can talk about social medias and TikToks under another podcast episode where it's debatable which platform is better or best. Okay.
Let's get back to TikTok again.
But coming back to what Dean has said, I feel like you, for those of you who are constantly worried, for those of you who get anxious and worried about the whereabouts of your partner, okay, let's call them partner, you have to understand that it's good to worry, but when you worry too much, you impose on their space, okay? And people don't like that. I'm sure you don't like it when you have to constantly report back to your other half over and over and over again. They shouldn't want to report back to you because they have to, but they should share with you because they want to. And it's not your job to force something upon them. No one likes it. You need to have your own personal space, right? In our previous podcast, we talked about the tighter you hold on to something, the faster you lose it. That's what we're talking about right now. You cannot impose on someone's personal space because we all need space all the time, from time to time, right? And having to report back to someone 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, that is like, oh my God, that is just crazy. It's like having a shadow following you around. It's
exactly.
It's like Dean following me all the time in my life. My God.
So you're calling me, okay, wait. You're indirectly calling me black, innit?
No, I'm...
Shadow's black, innit?
Example.
Hey!
Just giving an example.
Right.
It can be like Rina following me around all the time. It can be like Dean following me around all the time. Okay?
It's like having a CCTV in your life.
Yeah, it's like having a
CCTV in your life. And many cause of broken relationship, this is one of the main cause right here. Okay, and you've got to actually watch out for these worries because a lot of times it comes off as insecurity.
That's true.
It comes off as insecurity when you constantly ask, hey, where are you? How come you never text me back? Hey, I didn't know. So you're going out with your friends? Why are you like this? Who are you talking to? I see blue tick. Why you give me blue tick only?
Exactly.
Right? So I feel a lot of this comes off as insecurities, and it may be viewed as you're not trusting enough.
Yeah.
When all these things come to play, that is a big red flag for a relationship. I'm sure you guys have gone through this.
I will not agree or I will not disagree to that. So, but for me, I agree. But I want to ask a question, because we're relating more towards the traditional and modern love. So, Coach, in my understanding that I feel like insecurities actually in relationships actually increase because of modern technology, because of social media and everything, right? So I feel like insecurities are increasing these days. How about back then? Do you think insecurities were like a thing? Like, do you think insecurities were in people back in olden relationships? Past relationships. Hey, tiba-tiba British language yang keluar kan? Olden relationships.
Yes, insecurities has been around since forever. Because it's the basis of all human nature.
What form of relationships? What form of insecurities do like traditional relationships face? Like what form?
I would say
Like how is it?
pretty much the same to what you guys are experiencing right now, or what people of the 21st century experiencing right now. It's just that it's not as exaggerated as what is happening right now. Insecurities, as far as it goes, it has two forms. One is the one that's coming from your inside, okay, inner insecurity, and external insecurity. So let's talk about inner insecurity first. Inner insecurity is when you start doubting your own relationship. You start asking yourself, am I pretty enough for this person? Am I handsome enough for this person? You start to question yourself, am I good enough for this person? So these are all inner insecurities that no one is telling you, but you yourself doubt. Because whenever we are with someone who we feel, of course, when we're in love with that someone, we feel that that someone is a better version of ourselves, right? A better or a greater force to be reckoned with, right? So when you are in a relationship, it's very easy to lose yourself in like comparing yourself with each other. Like if you are in a relationship with someone who is more outgoing, someone who is more outspoken than you, and you are not that type of person, you will naturally feel like, hey, he is outspoken and I'm not that outspoken. Probably he will be more attracted to people who are more outspoken. And that starts that seed of doubt, that start that insecurity.
Overthinking.
And you start
because like because you see that person's personality and you start doubting yourself, like my personality will not fit his personality, but you don't know what his type is. Like for people, like I think these days it's always like the type, right? Okay, this person is my type, or this person's personality is like my type, right? So that's the thing. Like if this person or your partner is actually like really into you, don't doubt yourself in the sense of saying that, oh, he's like this, but why is he with me? Don't doubt yourself that if he loves you, he loves you. Or if she loves you, she loves you, right? So don't doubt yourself in the sense like, I mean, they're showing love to you. If he's like giving you effort and everything, if he or she is giving you effort, care, love, attention, don't doubt yourself saying that, am I good for him? If if he or she is giving you effort, I think the answer is straightforward to you, lah, honestly.
Yes.
The answer is straightforward to you.
Okay, if someone is not your taste, like us girls, we will say like, oh, I want this type of guy. Oh, good looking, contoh lah, good looking, or he has this type of personality ke apa ke that she likes. So if suddenly you found someone who doesn't fit your personality, don't like reject him because he doesn't suit your personality, faham tak? Try to know that person first.
Exactly.
Try to know that person. Try to know maybe the background if you are like having trust issue, okay? Like try to figure out another way. Try to figure out another way to actually get you and that person to bond. Maybe he or she is the one for you. Walaupun it's not your personality, it doesn't fit your personality ke apa ke, it's not your taste ke apa ke. Macam orang kata, tak semestinya apa yang kita nak, kita dapat dalam hidup ni.
Yes.
Same goes with jodoh.
You can't get everything you want in life. Yeah. And I think to add to the other form of insecurity will be external insecurities. People are making you feel insecure about yourselves and your relationship.
The environment, yes, the environment.
Correct.
Your friends.
You will have people like, I mean, we talked in our previous podcast, people judge, right? People judge, people view. So you will have friends who are saying like, why are you with him? You're so different.
Exactly.
Oh my God, pernah.
You know what? Let me take over. Okay, this time I'm gonna bring out my not my Indian language, but my Indian side lah. So for those friends who actually say that, okay, let me educate y'all. Focus on your damn self, man. For God's sakes. Why do you care about someone else's relationship, man? Why are you trying to tarnish someone else's relationship? For example, your friend, what you trying to do? Like he's treating you, they're in a like proper relationship. If you see like your friends are in a proper relationship, they're like being happy. Why do you condemn? Focus on yourself. You single like that, you need go find a girlfriend lah. Don't do that to their relationship lah, for God's sakes. Like what did they do? Honestly, okay. Coming to the point, let me not get so emotional, right? For those of y'all who are actually getting this environmental insecurities, firstly, it's your relationship. She loves you, you love her. So when you hear these sounds, for me, it's called environmental sounds lah, because they're distractions. Focus more on the relationship up hand. Focus on talking with the person, right? If you're very insecure about their talks, talk to them. If you feel like they're giving you confidence, they're giving you motivation, so why do you care about other people's noises? Other people will say whatever they want. As we said in the previous podcast, they'll judge no matter what because their perspective. See how you yourself, how you perceive your relationship, perceive your relationship, right? Yeah. How you see your relationship, not how other people, because you love the person, not your best friend, not your parents, not your great grandfather. It's you. The relationship is you and your partner. So try talking to each other about it instead of just hearing environmental sound saying that, oh, you're not worth my time lah. My friends say like this, bro, I wanna. You lucky. You lucky. Whew. Yeah. So just focus on your relationship, man. Don't care about other people. And for the other people out there, please don't say anything. Focus. If you're very single, go find a girlfriend. Don't condemn other people's relationships. It's damn bad. Honestly, it's damn bad.
Now, I would like to add a little bit more to what Dean has just said. Yes, if you do feel insecure about other people commenting about your relationships or your love life, you need to take it with a pinch of salt. Okay. If those people who are not close to you, they start giving you judgments and they start giving advice on your relationship, take it with a pinch of salt because there's always certain truth to what people say. Okay. You can take all these judgments as, you can view it as advices to improve on your current relationship. Do not push them away completely. Like I said, there's always certain truth to be behind all these judgments. However, if your best friends or your close friends start telling you things, you don't have to trust them completely. All you have to do is listen, digest, and ask yourself whether it's true. If you feel it's true, work on it, improve on it. If you feel that it's not, then omit it completely.
Just focus on your life.
Just focus on your life, right?
Just go on with it.
Okay, like you said, Coach, there must be a little bit of truth in what they are saying, kan? Okay, I want to ask you something. If, for example, in that relationship, this girl or guy did something bad, for example, cut his hand because of like his personal stuff, and you didn't know about what is happening, and then suddenly his friend saw what he did, and then asked you, they asked you, what happened to him? Why do you think? Why didn't you take good care of him? What do you do? Did you do something that makes him do that bad thing, like cutting? So how can you take like the truth, like how you take the positive side of that kind of judgment when that hits you, when they ask you about those things?
In this case, first of all, do not get upset by the questions your friends post on you, right? Because it may seem judgmental, like what did you do to make him upset? What did you do to him? Okay, because people who are worried tend to get over curious, and often words that come out from their mouth gets lost in translation. So don't get upset. Just know that they're worried. That's number one. Number two, positive side is you have just been informed that this person actually hurts himself, right? Yep. So the positive side of it is that you know now, Okay, so with this newfound information, what you do with it changes the course of the entire relationship.
Yep.
Okay, so you can either approach this person and tell this person, hey, you don't love me, is it? Why didn't you tell me? Why did you cut yourself and you didn't tell me? You can choose to do that. Or you can twist it the other way around and go to this person and say, are you okay? Do you feel like I cannot be trusted? Or do you feel like it's hard for you to talk to me? Because
I think
it's
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
You can always tell me anything. I'm always here for you. Okay, more often than not, what happens is that people who get this kind of news, they will go to the partner and start scolding them. More often than not.
More
Okay,
often than not.
more often than not. But there are instances where you offer advice and know that no matter what happens, again, we talked this about in our first podcast, you have no control over other people's action. We can't control other people. We can't tell them to report to us or to tell us whatever they're going through. But what we can do is just be there for them. And this person will soon realize that just by you being there, even if you're not doing anything, it's fine. Just by you being there, that also is support already. And when the person is ready, only when that person decides to open up, then only you will get the whole truth. But until then, you've just got to be patient and go through the hurdles with him.
Okay.
That is if you really want to put effort in the person that you care about lah.
Yes.
Because as said before by coach, you have your own choices, right? And the choices you make has its own consequences. So if you really love this person and you're willing to like go through his ups and downs and go through his struggles, then go for it. Honestly, go for it. But if you think that you tali tahan lah, you cannot stand it, or you feel like you can't do anything, then it's your choice to leave. No, I know it sounds bad, but it's the truth lah. It's your choice to leave.
Okay, that leads to my next question for
Ooh.
you, coach. What do you think of a relationship that will lead to suicide? Like after breakup, it leads to suicide. Is it like a healthy kind of relationship, or is it toxic kind of relationship? Like, what do you think about it?
After breaking up, you feel like killing yourself. Is that the question?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so there's a lot of cases actually, and there's a lot of people out there when they have just broken up, they are succumbed to feelings, and we get overwhelmed by all these emotional toil, emotional turbulences that's going through our hearts. And more often than not, whatever we feel contradicts with whatever we think. Whenever we feel something, we can't think logically. So hence, if I can't be with you, I want to die. Hence, if I fail at this relationship where I've put in so much effort and I've committed in so much energy to it, and by the end of the day, you just treat me like this, I feel like I don't deserve life. Okay? Now, the question that you should be asking people who are suicidal after broken relationship is that, is your suicide worth it? You're going through all these things for a person who doesn't care about you. Take a look at your life 20 years, 30 years from now. Guess what? In 30 years from now, you'll be looking at this point in life and you'll probably be laughing. What an idiot I am. I want to kill
You're
myself
not
because
wrong.
of a broken relationship.
Yeah.
For a
There's some right
person,
there.
yeah, for a person who don't even care about me, probably he wouldn't even care about me even after I die. He will feel guilty, yes, because he's the cause of my death. But that doesn't change
It's
the
just
fact
for a
that
He will
moment.
continue with his life
yes,
as
Yeah,
usual.
it's just for a moment. It's
correct,
just for a moment. He
because
won't live with it.
yeah, it doesn't change the fact of his feelings for you. He will, what you would have done when you kill yourself is giving him a sense of guilt for him to live with for the rest of your life. And in turn, yes, you might win that way because you're giving him a sense of guilt. But he's just going to carry on with his life. He still won't love
He
you.
has to carry on.
It's
Yes.
just a short time guilt.
Yes.
Short time guilt.
Until he finds another person who
It's more worth it for him.
who can guide him through this guilt and build a stronger foundation. So more often than not, when it comes to suicide, you got to ask yourself, why would you give your life away, this precious life away, for someone who don't even deserve it and someone who don't appreciate you at all? Now, these are the things that you should be questioning the person who feels suicidal. You've got to impart logic in them. Do not impart emotions, right? Because a lot of times I see when people, let's not talk about suicide, okay? Let's talk about normal breakups, okay? It hasn't gone to the extent of suicide yet. Let's talk about normal breakup. A girl break up with her boyfriend, goes to her girlfriends and start unloading all her pressure, all the drama. And what does the girlfriends do? The girlfriends will enable this girl. What do the girlfriends always say? Yeah, it's okay lah. You don't deserve him also. He doesn't deserve you. You're better off without him. Right? They're not giving her productive, logical thinking, but they're enabling her feelings, they're enabling her emotions, and making her feel that the guy
Her choices
don't
were wrong.
deserve her. Yeah. When what they could have been asking her is, okay, so you guys have broken up. What can you do differently? If you still love the guy, what can you do from now on that probably would make him notice you even better? Or could you have done something wrong? Reflect back upon yourself. See, these are the things that is going to get the juices in your brain flowing, and you start thinking like, okay, probably it's my fault. Instead of saying, yeah, he's not worth it. He doesn't deserve you. When you say all those things, you're only making the person feel like, yeah, I should find someone better. So what happens then when you find another person and the same problem goes through again, and you still be thinking, oh, it's not my fault.
Because they won't reflect back about what they have done in the past.
Correct.
Relationships. Yeah.
So
they'll be more focused on like the new ones. They'll be more focused on like the new ones, but in the end, they have the same mindset.
Yeah, it's like you progressing to another relationship, but holding on to the same problem. And until you resolve that problem that you have committed in your first relationship, then your next relationship can improve. Yeah.
Okay.
So we need to start giving productive things to people who are very emotional, who just
more towards logical thinking,
yes,
honestly.
yeah. Because people think that we should give them emotional support. No, we cannot give them emotional support. Emotional support just by being there and supporting them, that's it. But we also need to give them logical support so that they can push through by not committing the same mistakes.
Whew, a lot of perspectives these days, man.
Yeah.
When she asked the question, I was like, who does this remind me of? Good times.
I think it's very normal because of the things we watch and the things we expose ourselves
Yeah,
with
exactly.
as well. And suicidal seems like the logical way out. Like suicide is like the logical way out, day in, day out. you get news about people jumping off the roof, people cutting themselves, right? Because they just can't stand the pressure of this world that they're living in anymore.
That's true.
So if you guys out there are actually suicidal, or you guys are facing similar situations, or you do have friends who are prone to suicide, these are the things that you should be asking them. Okay, number one, do not leave them alone. Number two, always constantly get them to question themselves whether the actions that they are going to be committing is worth it or not. And number three, get them to realize whether the things that they are doing is worth it or not. Whoa, heavy, deep.
Heavy, heavy, deep. So I think this is the first time we actually reach deep conversations when it comes to suicide, right? Because like I've met a lot of my friends who, okay, this one's serious, cannot laugh. So it's like I met a lot of friends saying that uh, like they're cutting themselves, and also they're attempting suicide because of past relationships and everything. And most of the thing many people say is that you have to give them emotional support, and you have to be there for them. I'm always there for them. That's one thing. Like, you have to always be there for them, no matter guy or girl. You have to always be there for them. But the main understanding you have to get is that you have to get the reason of why they want to do it. Like, yeah, they broke up, they want to kill themselves because of the partner, but you have to ask them why. Okay, what's the point? Right? If you do this, what's the point? What are you gonna get, or what are you gonna give? Like as coach said, if you're gonna give them guilt, okay, for how long? Right? For how long you're gonna give them the guilt? For how long is that person gonna feel guilty because of your death? Not that long, because that person's gonna live on only, right? He's not gonna focus on the matter when he finds someone who's basically like killing out that guiltiness of him, that guilt out of him, right? So your death will be, like, if I'm saying in my way, I'll say your death will be unworthy lah. Unworthy. And there's no point on you killing yourself. So the best way is that you focus on things that maybe if you think it's your fault because the breakup happened, then you start to reflect, as what coach said, you reflect back on what do you think you did wrong. If it's not your fault, you start self-loving yourself. You start understanding it. Because one thing that I understand is that when we break up, we start losing ourselves in many situations. Suicide, depression, everything. You start losing yourself, you start losing your personality because of that one person. But ask yourself this one question. As what coach said, ask yourself this one question. Is your personality that you have worth losing because of this person, because he left you? Right? Instead of losing that personality, you start enhancing the personality you have. If you're a good talker, if the person hates you from talking, so what? It's your personality. You can't change that. You start enhancing how you can talk well. Yeah, I
Macam
know.
talking to the mirror.
Bangang betul. but yeah, it's the truth. It's the truth. No matter what personality you have, if you're outspoken or if you're an introvert, no matter what personality, it's you. You just need to find a way to enhance yourself in that way, instead of thinking why they left me or is my personality bad. It's your choice to think what, right? So yeah lah. Oh, it's rough, man.
When you guys are going through a breakup or it's the end of your relationship, the first thing you have to be thankful for is the fact that you guys are not married. Okay? Because if you are married, then it's a whole different ball game altogether. Okay? That's the first thing you should be thankful for. Number two, instead of asking yourself why, we like to ask ourselves a lot of why questions. Why am I so fat? Why am I so ugly? Why am I so stupid? Right? We ask ourselves a lot of questions that begins with why. Now, instead of asking yourself a lot of questions that begins with why, ask yourself a lot of questions that begins with how. Okay? So, why am I so stupid? Change it to how am I so stupid? Then you will get the answer. Okay?
It might sound wrong, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
Because when you ask why, you're just you're bringing back that negativity. It's like, why,
Yes.
But when you ask yourself how, you're actually finding the reasoning to yourself.
So if you keep asking yourself, why can't I get a girlfriend? Why am I so lonely? why am I such a great talker? So
Asal
ask
macam
yourself,
saya dengan surah ni.
how am I so
Macam
lonely? How can I
karakteristik
get a
tu macam
girlfriend?
suit lah.
How can I become a better or greater talker? Then you will get your
Okay.
answer.
Okay, wait. First of all, I have confidence. I don't think that. All right. I self-love myself. Okay. I don't give a crap what people think about me.
I didn't
But
say
yeah.
anything about you.
But yeah, it's truth. Okay, not whatever you're saying about me is the truth, but whatever you're saying,
Yeah.
it is the truth, lah.
Mm.
It is the truth.
Okay, so now to bring in the mood to a lighter perspective, don't lah look so sad, both of you.
Hey, it's rough, man. Tiba-tiba aku jadi. Oh,
Dia jadi target.
like all the this one, right?
Okay, I am going to pose a topic to both of you, which is very debatable. My question to
Alright.
you guys is, who loves better, male or females?
Female.
Bullshit lah, guys lah. What the
Female,
hell?
come on lah, female lah.
Nah.
Tahu tak kasih
guys.
sayang seorang wanita ni lebih mendalam.
Oh,
Hey, you know the love of a
Lebih
father,
pada
the love of
ego
a,
tinggi.
excuse me, the love of a father to protect you. What you talking? What shit you talking?
No.
Okay. Give me one reason why girls love us better. Why girl love better?
You want to know why?
I want to know why. Say lah.
Okay? Kita kena tunggu for part 3.
Sekali lagi.
ayat.
Kita
Yeah.
kena tunggu for part 3. Come on lah. Kita, sabar. Kita tunggu sesi kita boleh berdebat. Okay? Kita kena
Berdebat,
tunggu sesi kita.
berdebat.
Berdebat.
I'll see you in part 3, girl. I'll see you in part 3.
I'll see you too at part 3.
So for those of y'all who are interested in knowing the boys' perspective and also the girls' perspective in love, watch our part 3 coming out soon next week.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.